My wife and I are out here at an old sawmill in East Texas that's been abandoned for, I don't know, 60, maybe 70 years, 50 years. I'm standing on where the sawmill used to be. It's the foundation underneath me. And we've got the big upright, some of the big upright walls. And I find it interesting of how nature reclaims something after mankind has abandoned it. That the walls are gone. We've got the big oak trees. Not oak trees. Well, there's a couple oak trees, but like this big pine tree. This thing must be 100 feet easy. We've got the magnolia tree right here. All growing in what used to be a busy factory. That they used to bring logs in, cut them up. For some reason the sawmill was abandoned, and this is what remains. There's another building over there. Here's part of the wall. Whenever I walk through these remains, cannot help but think about the people that worked here, their families, how they lived, the politics at the time, their worries at the time. Did they have the same worries that we did about the kids and money and paying a house note? Where people once worked. All there is now is trees and deer and birds. By looking at this area, you would have never known it, but this is a thriving lumber town community. There were houses all through here. And all it is now is a dirt road with nothing for miles. A couple of weeks ago, my dad, my mom, my wife and I were out riding around. My dad took us down through some of these old dirt roads, and then he said, this area right here was the Rimling community. It's like Gilmer spelled backwards. And the last people moved out of this area at around 1960 something, 1964, 1968. I don't remember the exact year that he said. There's nothing here. Here we are 40 some odd years later, and there's nothing here. This is what happens whenever mankind is not around to take care of things. Your buildings fall down, or they're tore down, and nature reclaims everything. Just 50 years ago, this was a thriving community, Sawtown, a mill town area. Houses everywhere, kids going to school. Now it's nothing. Just a little bit of garbage on the side of the road, and that's it. So if you wonder, well, what's it going to be like? Let's say that some type of long-term disaster happens and 75%, 90% of mankind's wiped out. What is going to happen to our communities? And I think this, where I'm standing at, is a good example of what's going to happen to our communities. You give nature just 10, 15, 20 years, and it'll reclaim what's rightfully its, what rightfully belongs to it.